Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining my channel. My name is Calderis, and in today's video, I am going to teach you how to do the puzzle in Karagga's Palace Veteran Mode in Star Wars The Old Republic. So without further ado, we got a lot to unpack, and let's get right into it, shall we? So as you can see, here on the right hand side, we're going to be looking at the 3 legs, okay? So the right side has 3 legs on bottom. The middle section has 2 legs on bottom, and the far left has 1 leg on bottom. What does this mean? This means that to build the puzzle, number 2, right here, which is the middle, needs to quote-unquote throw theirs up. How do we do that? And what does that even mean? So whenever somebody says number 2, throw it up, that means that number 2, we're going to call him Jania. Jania is going to press the glowing big button on their console. That is going to take number 2 from its current location and throw it up to the big center screen. This is going to allow number 1 position, which is the far right, the number 1 position, to pull the number 2 from the center big screen on top of their already 3 legs. So the number 2 gets put up, and then number 1 takes number 2 and puts it here. Now it's good to note, how are they doing this? So like I said before, Jania will throw up number 2 by pressing the big glowing button down here, and it puts it up top. In order for number 1 to take it, number 1 has to click their glowing big button here, and then they will take. Now number 3, or the far left, will have to throw up the number 1 to finish the tower. So they're going to click their large glowy button, and that'll throw number 1 up to the middle at the big screen in the middle. Number 1 position over here on the right will then click their large button, and it will put the number 1 from here in the middle to on top. So it will look like 1 leg here, 2 legs here, and then 3 legs here. And that will create the tower that we're looking for. Once the tower is built on the number 1 section over here, on the number 1 position, this firing button will glow, and that is what you'll press to shoot the fire from top onto the droid, and that will allow the DPS down here at the bottom, who is attacking the boss, to deal more damage to the boss. Every so often, the boss will gain a stack of armor, reduces the damage that players are able to do to the boss. The fire gets rid of that and causes us to do extra damage to the boss, essentially allowing us to kill the boss even faster. That's where the puzzle people come into play. You guys can sit here and you guys can practice this until your heart's content, and you need to practice. What's going to end up happening is that if you are not fast enough on this puzzle, proximity mine droids begin to spawn on top of stun droids will begin to spawn, and the stun droids usually spawn down where the boss is. This is a problematic feature for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, the stun droid will target the healer. If a healer can't heal because they're stunned, we're gonna wipe. And another reason is maybe the tank did an AoE taunt, it's part of his kit, and if the tank gets stunned, you no longer have a tank. So being able to proficiently perform the puzzle at a quick enough rate so that these things do not happen creates a faster run through Karagga's Palace. So I'm going to press pause now, and we're going to see these 3 people perform the puzzle and get no proximity mines and get no stun droids. So let's see what they do. So the first thing that's going to have to happen, right? Jania is going to have to put up number 2. Okay, there it is. So Jania just clicked. Number 2 went up to the top. Now number 1 over here, Lana Death, or we're just going to call her Lana, they are going to click their glowing button here, and they're going to pull 2 over top of their 3. And there it is. So they just pulled it. Now the 2 is over top of the 3. Now the far left is going to have to throw up number 1, which they just did, and number 1 over here, or on the far right, they click their large button to pull number 1. Now this is ready to fire. This is the tower that you're looking to build. So once they fire the button, we have to break this down completely and rebuild it. So 1 gets put up. The original person who had number 1 in the beginning is going to take it. So let's watch that happen. Okay, now the number 2 button, or the number 2 leg, is going to get put up. It's going to go back to the original person, which is Janya. They're going to pull it down. The far left person is going to have to put up the number 1. It's going to go up into the monitor, and the number 2 person is going to pull it down on top of the number 2. Number 2 picks it, puts it on top. Now the far right, which is where the 3 leg was, is going to get put up into the monitor, and instantly the number 3 over here, or the far left, is going to pull it down into their console. And then they're going to immediately throw that back up into the main screen, and the number 1 position is going to pull it back down into its original start position. This is where we can begin rebuilding the tower. So as you can see, it was over here, or it started out over here, it got put up, pulled, back up, and back over. Now, number 2 has a job to do. They have to pull up number 1, and then whenever they do that, it's going to be here. It's going to get pulled back to its original starting position, and then number 2 can put up the number 2 here in the screen, and it will get pulled over into the number 1 position, and then the number 3 position that has the number 1 leg gets put up and gets put over, and then they can fire again. There. Now we are able to fire, and then we got to break it down and do it again. So I paused the video in between doing all of this because I wanted you guys to see how it's supposed to work. Let's watch them do it. This is how fast you need to be at this puzzle to make sure that you don't get any droids at all. So let's watch them in full speed. It's ready to fire. They fire. Back up. And there you go. This isn't the only time that they practice, so I'm going to let it keep rolling so you can see exactly how they do it some more. And I will commentate as we go. So 3 goes up, 3 goes left, 3 goes up, 3 goes right. 1 goes up, 1 goes left, 2 goes up, 2 goes right, 1 goes up, 1 goes right. 1 goes back, 2 goes up, 2 goes down, back in the middle, 3 to the left, 3 back up, 3 to the right, 1 up, 1 left, 2 up, 2 goes to the right, 1 up, 1 to the right, fire. That's the puzzle. Well guys, that's going to do it for the puzzle. As long as you follow this guide and you're able to understand it, you're going to have 0 problems on this fight, I think. But if you do have questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments down below. I'll be more than happy to answer any and all questions that anybody has. But until then, I will catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy.